Hello and welcome back to my Devil May Cry 5 Hell in Hell S-Rank guide. This is Mission 9, Genesis. This is a mission like with Mission 7 and 13 with Nero, a treat to play if you just came out of Mission 4 and 5. There are no bosses and getting stall points is pretty lenient on this mission, so we will avoid using auto assist. This is the stage where you can relax a bit and just try to enjoy the game and see how high you can get your stall points up at the end. In my opinion, I might just be bad. There is one thing to be careful of on this mission though, and that is the fight against the two big Baphomes, which is a hard enemy to stun and avoid taking damage up with V, in my opinion and ability. But we're going to get so much stall points from the fights prior that we can take up to 2 hits, and therefore have absolutely nothing to worry about in reality. The first thing here on this mission offers a good opportunity to rank up ridiculous amounts of style points, and after that you can take the rest of the mission in your own pace. So first up is a fight where you can net a ridiculous amount of style points. I think I'm gonna get around 8,000 style points from this fight, and I can just relax after that, taking the mission in my own pace, not having to worry about getting hit or getting stall points. So what I do here first up is I get some free devil trigger off the caninas. I just jump up the canina as you will see here, and then I air taunt, like that. And that's 1 bar. Then I release Griffin charge and hit all the enemies and get 2 extra bars. Then I'm just initiating the fight by mixing up Shadow's 2 combos to get the S rank. And I won't summon Nightmare here until my either Shadow or Griffin stalemate. As you see there, I'm doing the promotion, and that got me a triple S from getting it on 2 enemies at the same time. And I got full devil trigger here now, and they didn't stalemate, so I'm just gonna try to keep the triple S up. And Griffin and Shadow are invincible now while Nightmare hits out, so I don't have to worry about the Antinora going into Berserk mode and power armoring. And Nightmare is doing a good job here and getting 2 lasers off, so you can just finish this fight quick. And there's 8,493 style points, so I can pretty much play like crap for the remainder of the mission. I don't have anything to worry about now. And the thing I worry about on this mission is the big Baphomet, because I'm having trouble with V staggering them and stunning them and getting off their shield and preventing them from doing their charged up attack. As you're gonna see, I'm gonna take a hit off that. That's the only hit I will take on this mission. But this mission is a treat. It's like mission 7 and 13 with Nero. You can just relax and go for style points, and you don't need to worry about taking hits or anything at all. I think my style points in the end is going to be significantly lower than 8,400, because I'm going to bleed style points now in every fight, especially this fight here against the Judecca. And the double Judeccas. But here I'm just minding the baseline for V, which is mixing up Shadow's 2 combos, making sure I have Devil Trigger, and whenever Griffin or Shadow stalemate, I immediately summon Nightmare to revive them and make them invincible for some time. There's the first stalemate and the first Nightmare. I'm just staying away from the Judeccas, and as you see here, I have full vision and full control over the fight. The Judecca telegraph their attack very very drawn out, so it's easy to dodge them with B. And there I used the promotion ender move because the Antenora was around other enemies, and that got my style points up to S2. I did an air taunt there to get some more devil trigger. Now I'm just gonna try to finish the fight. I got the S rank, so. And that's a triple S even. I finished up the Udeka and the Canina with the same promotion ender. But if the baseline for Nero is easy to pull off, playing V is even easier. You don't need to do anything fancy or complicated or any combo sequences. As you see here, I'm just mixing up Shadow's attacks, and whenever they stalemate, I just summon Nightmare. And Nightmare, when he does his lasers, that usually gives you a lot of style points if he hits multiple enemies. It is a little bit random, but it usually gets the job done. So 7,265. I bled style point there, obviously, but it's still.
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. The past is a bitter place for me.
It's just a stroll down memory lane. And I don't know what I just did there. I think I accidentally pressed X. And this fight can also be a bit tricky, but you're gonna see what I do here. I keep the camera off the pyrobats, then I just charge the attack with Griffin, and there he's stalemated, so I instantly summon Nightmare. And I'm just trying to keep the camera away from the pyrobats so they won't shoot me. I'm just jumping around like this, similar to what I did on the Clifoth Bruce Parasite boss, because of his tentacles. It's the same principle here. Now I'm just going down to the other end of the corridor and letting Nightmare do his thing. Then I'm just stay back here to get cover of the wall. But the Pyrobat was a little bit eager there to get close, so. But as you see, I'm having full control here. I have vision on what they do, and I even do a promotion ender there and get 2 enemies and get the S rank. But it's gonna bleed my style points, but it doesn't matter. I got all the style points I need off the first fight.
Quite possibly. He has
Yeah.
to keep Dante alive.
And here is the reason this mission is hard not to take damage on, and why I advocate not using auto assist on this mission. As you see here now, I'm going to take a hit off the big Baphomet. I was obviously being bad there with the dodging, and my timing was very off, but and I can take up to 2 hits here, so I'm not worrying too much. Now I can manipulate the camera off the big Baphomet. So as you see, when you get downed and use a gold orb, you get full devil trigger. So I'm just gonna manipulate that fact here and summon. After I took the hit, I instantly summoned Nightmare and manipulated the camera. So keep that in mind. If you take a hit, you get full devil trigger, and then you can just summon Nightmare and make him end the fight. And Nightmare did a very good job here. He got the lasers. Pretty much every laser he did, it hit Big Baphomet. So the fact that I took a hit there made this fight easier than if I wouldn't have taken a hit. And now he does his charge again, and I'm worrying that I will take a hit here. But I somehow managed to dodge it. But it wouldn't have mattered. I could still continue because you can take up to 2 hits without getting the penalty mutator. And now he's just finishing the mission. The next fight is easy. It's against Proto-Angelo and Death Scissors. And neither of those are enemies that you need to worry about with V.
If we had the Devil Sword Sparta, Nero might just be able to defeat him.
Almost there. You gonna make it, V?
And then it's just the last fight against the Nobodies, which isn't a problem either. They usually just focus your minions. But I like Devil Trigger here, but I don't really need it that much against the Death Scissors. And you saw there, I just did a few attacks, and I'm almost at full Devil Trigger now, so I'm going to use the promotion skill and summon Nightmare. And here I'm going to get a lot of style points too. And I can still take up to 1 hit, so. But I try to, since the Nobodies is the last fight of the mission, and it's a fairly small area, I'm gonna try to save my last gold orb here and not take any chances. I'm just gonna play it very safe here. And I don't need any style points. I got all the style points I'll ever need from the first fight. And there goes Griffin, and there I summon Nightmare to revive him. Mixing up the combos here with Shadow, doing a double check here and there. That is the so-called baseline for V, and using the promotion ender if there are multiple enemies. And now the angels start to focus me, but as you saw there, I just jump away from him, and he will never ever hit you. And his moves are telegraphed, and rather slow for him to execute, so it's nothing to worry about. And here it's just one Proto-Angelo left, so I don't want to waste Devil Trigger. I want to save Devil Trigger for the upcoming fight, and so I'll just play a little bit risky there and stay close to the orb to revive Shadow that way. And of course he goes down again. I do the same thing again. As you see, they have a tendency to die on Hell and Hell pretty quick if you don't use Nightmare, or if you don't use the designated moves for keeping them alive. Which I'm not exactly sure what it is with Shadow because I never use it, but with Griffin it's doing the double jump, and Griffin spawns right next to you. I think it has something to do with Shadow's launch move to get him close to you, but I'm not sure. I was just finishing the mission against the Nobodies. And I got full Devil Trigger, and I can take a hit here. So what I could do if I wanted to make this go fast is I could waste all Devil Trigger now, and then take a hit and get full Devil Trigger again. And then have Nightmare summon throughout the entirety of this fight. But I'm just playing it safe. trying not to take a hit if I don't have to.
I'll be sure to watch out for it. It's my turn to play with the devil.
And as you see here, they haven't focused me a single time yet. And I still have a lot of devil triggers, so.
Eradicating the kingdom.
And do the promotion and remove. Get the triple S.
What you sow, you're growing.
But this is such a fun mission. It's one of them missions where I wouldn't care if I took 3 hits and had to restart, because it's fun just doing it, repeating it, and see how high you can get the style points up. It's a completely relaxed and stress-free mission. And I think I will take a hit. Yeah, I wasn't careful there. I thought I had ended the fight. And I didn't take notice of the last nobody, and he hit me. So you still have to be careful. But it's not a problem. I still got a gold orb left. I'm just summoning Nightmare now with full Devil Trigger, just to make sure I don't have to restart the mission. And that's it. Let's see what style points we land on. 6,479. I think that's more than I got on Mission 7 with Nero.